Hello. Been busy, surprisingly, during the not busy season at my line of work. I guess it's not that bad. It forces me to gather my thoughts past a certain point so they're not completely incoherent. That even I, going back, looking at them, my own words, don't have too much trouble deciphering anything. People are almost hitting each other constantly in front of me. This is a parking lot that you could just chill in because, I mean, there's multiple bars that are open to like 2 a.m. So if you park towards the back, all kind of traffic violations. I been having because of a variety of methods, I've been sleeping better and been having some pretty interesting dreams. But I have a lot of dreams of. I have lucid dreams of flying and that, and I really do. I mean, I'm one of these people that really has these experiences. That people like to talk about it now, like same thing with synesthesia, like as if it's common. I don't think it is, or as if it's not gonna make you. If you're seeing sounds and hearing colors, you're not gonna have. I could tell that you don't because your life would be different. I even astral projection, it would happen to me naturally as a kid, and I mean, I find out later that it's a known phenomenon. It, so I even someone I'm closely related to telling me a story of them astral projecting, and they weren't. I put the pieces together later, but they didn't do it intentionally at all. It was a complete accident. And so part of me is like, well, this is just a given thing. Um, but I've been having these dreams at like real beautiful places, which is nice. Cause before this I have a lot of the past few months it's been like weird dark stuff, and I've been applying these methods of better sleep for a while. So maybe a little less than a year, ramping up in the past couple months though. People call it sleep hygiene. Here comes another close shaver. Son of a bitch, man. Oh, God. I have these dreams of like these, like, partially flooded buildings. Um, with fish in them. Like I'm walking through fish. But it's all super clean, like cleaner than it could be in real life. And like these ornamented doorways. Pretty stuff. I mean, sometimes I literally will dream of war horses and like smog and destruction. And I'm like, I don't even feel that bad. So I don't understand what that's about. Um, I was thinking about real early childhood memories. I don't know exactly understand why. Well, playing guitar. I have a thing for resonances and dissonances. I've for some reason I've always found that like I work those into melodies that I find out just plot out by ear. I have a super early memory of finding a toy piano in Walmart, like a pink toy piano, and it just had a speaker on it, and it was like a nice little. It would make relatively accurate keyboard sounds. Like I think it was like an octave. It was tiny. I mean, it was like I could hold it with both hands when I was like whatever 4 years old. I remember seeing what I later learned was a um, poster for the Gremlins thing. That old movie with that strange looking creature. And I remember it basically as a kid, it like scared the shit out of me. And I think that might be the reason why I remember it, is because I saw that. And it freaked me out that like that weird, the gremlin on the poster, and, or the whatever, gizmo, that thing scared me enough that I made this creepy song on the piano, like without even understanding what I was doing. It was like the creepiness was enough that I was making a like a na 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 na, like a weird like a I was just like putting my anxiety on the keyboard as like a scary sound, and I was like, these dissonances sound like how this thing makes me feel, and I was making these like dissonances on the octaves of the keyboard, and I think that might have been why my parents found it necessary to like force me to learn piano, because they were like, well, he picked this thing up out of all the toys he could have picked. But it was I learned even later on that it's like, I mean, that's true inspiration. You're just pulling from something you're really feeling, and you don't have to, the realest stuff is the things I could not label, are the things I could not label. And I didn't know what I was doing then by making a creepy sounding melody, because I was afraid of this like thing with big ears uh, on a poster that I saw at the store. And I don't even know if they bought me the piano. I don't know what happened to that. But I remember, because I'm making music now, just, I mean, little bits. And I have a synth keyboard. And I'm just thinking to myself, I can go all the way back then and pull inspiration and identify, rather, moments of inspiration that I pulled out of nowhere. So it can't be faked, and it can't be forced. So it's worth not making stuff if you don't feel like if you don't feel like the juice is there, or whatever that means. I mean, I think creating subpar art, or subpar anything because you're drudging through it, it is just like digging a ditch. It feels like slavery, because but yeah, obviously everything in life can't be totally comfortable, but if it comes to making art, inspiration and feeling the need to do that, whatever it is that you're driven towards, dance, ribbon dancing, graffiti, anything that like you feel like you have to create patterns out of something. It's the most feathery, lightest, untouchable thing ever. You can't bottle it up. You can't prescribe it. I don't. Yeah, maybe you might not even really be able to define what it is. So you have to practice things. It's like doing push-ups if you want to just remain generally well shaped. Like you have to, if you don't feel like drawing anything, you have to draw something. You have to, even if it's nothing shareable, or maybe it's just straight up garbage. It's like keeping up your chops it's not, it's so that at some point you can make high quality material when the inspiration or when the drive, whatever, returns. Passion. Passion. I don't know why. Maybe it took me so long to think of that word because it would just, this is like the fork in the road of the topic stream, fork in the river, where it would change. Because passion is, I feel like that's better. Because passion is like inspiration straight piped, de-restricted. It's like a need to build something. I guess it's the difference between create and build. There might not be so much a difference, but to build is, if you're building stuff, you have to be in practice. I mean, even to change oil in some places, you need certifications. Like, need them. Like, they won't let you in the door without it. Like changing oil. So maybe in order to create good stuff, you ought to think of it more as building instead of creating. Because creating to me is like, it's, that word is used by a lot of lazy people. And even it's disappointing because even intelligent people have the conception, well, maybe not even a misconception, I guess maybe en masse, whatever artists are, people who call themselves creative are just lazy. But people who build things a lot of the time take pride in the fact that like all they do is work. Well, I mean, you're closer to one of these so-called artsy fartsy individuals than you think, man, because you actually are a craftsman. In the past, you would be aligned with painters and plaster workers. You might be building a church because that was mainly that's who had all the money. I mean, and you know, conversely, the artistic individuals ought to adopt a better work ethic if you are an artist. The term, I guess, won't even really matter. You're just going to create amazing shit, and then people will bring up the word, and you'll have to say, okay, yeah, fine. But the title ain't going to matter. You're going to be obsessed with creating quality, with creating peak, as the children have said. Peak. It's crazy. The rehashing and destruction of the hippie movement didn't completely work because we do actually have a psychedelic lexicon at this point to describe excellent art and everything as peak, like the peak of a, you know. Also to mention mood stabilizers. If you have any type of psychotic disorder, they change the fabric of your thought so like completely that it's worth never missing it, because they will change the fabric of your thought completely if you're used to taking it, no matter what. Coming off it is unrecommendable. I mean, unless of course the side effects are just are screwed up. But then it's not unmanageable is the crazy thing. It's just the fabric of your thoughts will change. I have a lot of dreams of riding motorbikes. But I got one recently that is so close to the ones I ride in the dream, where I'm getting it's like I have it while I dream too. I have so many dreams about racing. I have these dreams of the earth just overtaking uh, industry and machinery. But I've had so many of those dreams for so long. Even before I wonder if really it's just a universal concept, because I never understood it. On an intellectual level, obviously as a child, but I felt it. Like it was an important that I felt really that the planet was alive, that my life was the same as the life of trees and birds and that. And I intellectually I didn't grasp it, but it was this deep, like electricity. And I remember really having my first like I guess like psycho experience of like real hallucination and like having a broken brain was when I was a little kid, like 4 or 5 years old, after having a bad fever, and basically having brain damage, getting out of it and going to a store with and it's a extremely early memory because I remember feeling as it really as like as if it was my first like understanding of God, but not on an intellectual level. Again, it was a feeling, like a like I had no barrier anymore between the outside world wasn't separated from me any longer. And I had an experience of everything being universally conscious. I mean, as a child, I literally had the experience of everything I looked and touched being conscious, being aware, like, and my brain healed up partially, and like you obviously you literally you forget you even believe these things. I had completely forgotten this experience until just recently. I'm like I'm forcing myself to remember things. As I write, I think, and read. I'm I'm not solely through that, but I am getting these early memories back, and people can't discount the power of imagery, because I don't think this level of obsession would have survived this long if it wasn't doing something, because I'm just psychotically obsessed with imagery. I love beauty. I love beautiful things that are beautiful to look at. Obsess me, and I love them. But I know that like to say that to a man's face is like it would be like saying I'm gay and I take cock in the ass. You can't. Even in this modern day, it's strange. It's like not safe to say this. To say beautiful things are like important to me. I like beauty. I like ornate things and craftsmanship. Even not necessarily complexity, but something perfectly heartfully made. I mean, we exist because of that. Like, if you create something, it has to be worth caring about. If it isn't, then you have to, in a way, you have to destroy it, because it's almost like corrupt or something, because you made it. Maybe you made it even partially out of hatred, so that makes it like some kind of voodoo doll or something. Like something you created somehow half-heartedly it's worth not making. It's worth not engaging in. It's worth forgetting.